Welcome to the Business Power Hour with Darren and the Music Man. Brought to you by Friend Entertainment USA, producing the best concerts for charities and corporations for over 30 years. And CBMS Consulting Services, control your business before it controls you. In association with Area 22 Productions, your multimedia streaming network. Now, here is Darren and the Music Man.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Business Power Hour with Darren and the Music Man. I being the Music Man. My name is Norman, and this handsome gentleman sitting next to me, his name is Darren. Darren, say hello to everybody.
Who is it?
Well, you're the only guy next to me.
Compliments tonight.
I'm in a good mood
Norman,
because it rained today.
You know what? It did rain today. This is only day two of rain.
Day three.
Day three.
Three.
There's three times?
It's three times.
Three times now it's rained.
Now, our guest doesn't understand that, and maybe some of the people out in the audience don't understand.
That's okay.
But before Darren had joined us, it seemed that every Wednesday evening it would either snow, rain, hail, sleet, crappy weather every single Wednesday. And then when we hooked up with Darren, everything changed. Life is just wonderful. The sun's been out.
We got rainbows.
The sun is beautiful.
We got all kinds of great things happening.
Oh, crap.
I got a big announcement.
Yeah?
Big announcement happened today.
What happened?
Just actually happened a little while ago.
I think I know what it is.
For our
let's hear it for us. Our website
is now live. So we got to,
Let's tell everybody how to get a hold of us.
So everybody on our website, and I'm actually going to put it on there for those people, and I see there's a few people on there right now. But if you go to BPH...
people actually watch this show?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's bphdmm.com. That's Business Power Hour, DarrenandTheMusicMan.com.
That's great.
All right? Go to that, and you're going to see our brand new website. Let us know what you think. All right? And as you see, like what we did last week for the first time, I'm now monitoring your comments so I can actually respond to you.
If you have questions and you want to ask our guests some questions or you want to ask us some questions, you can write in and we'll be happy to answer you right here on the spot.
We got another fantastic guest this week.
Super fantastic. You don't even know how fantastic this fantastic guest happens to be.
I know. You tell me that every week, and it always turns out they're better than what you tell me. So why don't you introduce our guest? Because last week I introduced the guest. So why don't you introduce the guest this week?
Okay. Our guest for this evening is a gentleman by the name of... what's it, Phil? Peter? Bob? Oh, yeah, Peter Chacon. And Peter is an entrepreneur and businessman here in Long Island, and actually, I believe, has a business or so around the United States. And we're gonna let Peter say hello to everybody and explain what business he's representing tonight. And then we're gonna get into your history of being an entrepreneur and being a small, medium-sized businessman.
Sure.
All right. So welcome.
Thank you.
Peter,
Thank you both.
Welcome, Peter.
Thank you for having me.
Nice to be had. Go ahead.
Today, I'm with the New York RX card. That is the New York Prescription Discount Program. And our card it's that simple. It's a discount program for...
What kind of card is it?
It is just a little card like
credit card?
Yeah.
A business card?
It has a barcode on it that you can scan into your phone. It's for any time a prescription's not covered for whatever reason. Whether you don't have insurance, you have insurance, only the generic is covered, the doctor prescribed the name brand, doesn't trust the generic, wants you to take the name brand because that's the one he trusts, or she, and you use the card, you get a discount.
So this simple card, I present it to whatever pharmacy that it is that I go to. I take ABC.
List of pharmacies on the back.
Okay, so let's run through this a little bit. Let's see. There is Safeway,
can you see
Shopko, CVS, Walgreens, Walmart. Vons, I mean, no matter where you are in the country.
So basically, you got all the major pharmacies
Basically,
covered.
what it is a national program, and we market it in each state. It's good in all 50 states. And
are you in all 50 states?
We are. The UNA program
Wow.
is. New York RX is accepted in all states, but each state is marketed individually.
Okay.
Because we have found from marketing perspective. You folks in California want to use California card. People in New Jersey want to use the New
Makes
Jersey
sense.
card, and the people in New York want to use the New York card.
Because New Yorkers are New Yorkers, and they want to be special.
And each
Everybody wants
state-
to special.
And each state has its own unique qualities that make marketing in New York different than marketing in North Carolina, for instance.
So if somebody is watching us, and we have viewers from all over the country and further, but let's just say the country, and they're in Mississippi, and is there a card for Mississippi?
Yeah,
Do they
it would be-
contact you to
well,
get that
they
card?
could go right online and say Mississippi discount card, Mississippi RX card.
Mississippi
And-
RX
yeah,
card.
And I believe that would probably be the MI, whatever the state abbreviation is, RX card.
And whether it would be California or Florida FLA
Yeah.
RX card, and
Yes.
that would be it.
Yeah.
That's
cool.
Really
That's
with it.
simple.
So let me ask you this.
Okay.
Let's step back.
I
a
market
second.
only in New York. So
All right.
New York is my bailiwick.
So
Period. You don't get it.
how long has this company
Okay.
been in business?
Okay, UNA, the parent company, has been around probably 15 years.
Okay.
It's called UNA.
Yeah, United Networks of America.
Got
Okay.
it.
So
And
they
it's
created this network of discounts. Now, one of the things that I did notice on the card that you gave me was that they work with the Children's Miracle Network.
Yes, sir.
Which is wonderful.
Okay, and that a portion of, I guess, every time you buy with this card, a portion of your purchase goes to that.
Every
that
time
charity?
the program is used, nationwide. So whether you use the California RX, the Jersey RX, the New York RX, a portion of the proceeds goes to the
CMN.
Children's Miracle Network. We just had a check presentation late May, so May 29th. I was at the Cohen's Children's Center in New Hyde Park.
Right.
We gave them a $50,000 check.
Oh, that's awesome.
From New
That's
York?
fantastic.
Yeah.
Just from New York?
Just from New York.
From you?
From us.
God
yes.
bless you.
So if
And
I
then
wanted to sign up
Wow.
for this card today,
you're in.
where
You're-
would I go to do?
Well, you personally, right now, you're holding it, so you have it. But
Okay.
You would go to New York RX and you just download one.
So that would be www.newyorkrxcard.com.
NYRX card, or spell out New York, however you
Right.
prefer. We have both domain names.
Okay. Now, if they want to talk to somebody about this, is there a phone number? Or?
Yes, there is. There is
Okay.
an 800 number that they can reach somebody and they can have a
Okay. Do you know that number
conversation.
off the top of your head?
Off the
Because-
top of my head,
because
no.
this
because-
card, I don't have my reading glasses with me, and this card's. Was that 877-321-6755?
Yes, that's the customer service line, and then there's the pharmacy helpline, which also helps the pharmacist in case there's questions regarding specific prescriptions.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, can groups get a hold of this?
Yes.
So if crazy group, a soccer program, and there's a whole bunch of parents.
We work with all different groups. Mostly the groups like that. Church groups are big.
Right.
Believe it or not, they love to take. They love to take care of their members, but church groups, temples, but mostly we're with the medical societies. You find a lot of the Suffolk County Medical Society. We're the only program endorsed by MISNY, the State Medical Society of New York.
Okay.
And the reason for that is simple. We don't share patient information, which is,
Well,
Yeah,
that's
it's HIPAA.
right?
I'll tell you why it's not HIPAA. It should
It's
be.
not HIPAA?
Because these programs are free, and I do have competitors, because they're free and they don't sell anything, they exist outside of HIPAA regulations. We actually hold ourselves to HIPAA standards.
Right.
And we don't share that patient information. And it makes it a favorite amongst the pharmacists themselves.
I
and
never met,
doctors.
and look, I've known you for a few years now, we're friends. I have never run into another company that does what you do. Now, you said you have some competition in New York
We have
with this
competition.
prescription card?
Yeah, there's a ton of competitors out there. There's a ton of competitors. They advertise on TV. You go on the internet, and there's a million of us out there. But we still maintain the edge in terms of customer service and size.
Okay, so let me ask you this, Peter, and this is one of the things that we do with all our guests is because our audience wants to know. They want
Okay.
to. How did you said the company's been around for 15 years.
Okay.
When did you get involved with the company?
I've been with the company about 6 years.
So you've been with the company about 6 years.
My brother was an executive vice president
Okay.
with United Networks of America.
Okay.
Got it.
He and the management, they were having a discussion about what to do next. And they asked him, he said, well, I'd like to be a state director. So they said, which state? And he lives in Baton Rouge, and at the time, there's two headquarters. Well, the Baton Rouge headquarters, they said, well, what states? And he said, well, New York and New Jersey, you know, for instance. And they said, how are you going to run New York? He said, hold on. Made a phone call to me. And the rest is history.
Sneaky little guy.
He knew what he's doing smart.
So what were you doing before then?
Oh, before that, I was in the food distribution business for
Okay.
a number of years, about 20 years. I was a sales director in a company out here.
So you have experience in sales.
Yes, I
All
have
right.
a lot of experience in sales.
So you have a strong
Yeah.
background in that. And when he approached you about taking on this job,
He had been priming the pump for a long time. He said,
okay, so
yeah,
it
he said,
wasn't like an instant decision
well,
where he
he's
called
my
you.
Well,
brother,
you knew
know.
about it.
You know what? If I had to go through hell, he's one of the guys I want with me. You know,
Right.
it's like
You've
that.
always said that.
Yeah, and he'd been priming the pump. He said, listen, I'm going to make a move, and I'm going to get New York, and you're going to come. And I
Right.
said, okay. I said, you do that, we'll talk. And he said, I did it. Okay, you know, and I was fortunate enough when he took over New York, it was 1,800. It was about 1,800 scripts they were doing. We're doing about a year. They were doing
Okay.
18. We're doing now, oh God, about 100,000 a month.
Wow.
Okay, so
100,000 per month?
per month in that
New
that
ones?
ballpark. No. Well, recurring. You know, because a lot of people who take prescriptions, it's the same prescription
Now,
week
is
in
this,
and week out.
is this like an insurance, like if I go to my pharmacy and I give them this card, do they keep this on file?
Yes, they will.
So
Yes,
it's,
they will. If you go to the same pharmacy, they'll
Right.
use that.
Okay.
Now, it's not insurance, and I want to be clear about that. It's one or the other. When my wife goes to buy a prescription for myself or for anybody in the family, she goes with the New York RX card
Right.
and our health insurance. And she says to the pharmacist, which is less expensive?
Right.
That's the way I want to pay. And
Are you in Costco?
we go to Costco. Yes, it's accepted. Costco's one of the companies up
That
here.
place is crazy when it comes to pharmaceutical prices.
They
They're
do
so
have
good.
they do have good prices.
Great
They,
prices.
they do, and you
For
can
any
get
of you out there that are looking for a place to go, I'm not knocking any other drugstore, but Costco, it really sets the bar.
They do with a lot of things, and but like with all pharmacies, I find it depends. I don't want to say it's they have their niches. It depends on the prescription, and it depends. You know, I wish there was a. I was telling you guys earlier. Each pharmacy, I think, kind of focuses around what their main clientele is. You know, I always thought Kmart had great prices too. I know CVS with our program has great prices.
With the program.
With the program, I mean, because it brings it down to a, it's all based on the formularies. And if I knew how formularies worked, you know, I'd be doing something else in life.
Well, let me
because
ask you a question.
Formularies are a difficult business to understand.
Your brother is a senior vice president.
He was. Now he's
right
a
at,
state-
at
yeah.
United
Networks
Networks.
of America.
Why did he want to leave such a high-level position just to be a director of a state? Was he looking to do other things
well,
as
the question is the
It's-
director of a state give him more freedom?
It gives
or-
him a lot more freedom, and his salary isn't defined by what he'll be paid.
So in other words, he doesn't get a straight salary.
Well,
He-
no,
it's
yeah,
a commission based.
we
Got it.
only eat what we kill. I mean, this is the usage drives your salary, and that's, you know, we're sales guys, and for him it was a matter of he saw more potential, income potential, in being a director than he did.
So people that are fans of Friend Entertainment USA,
Yeah.
if I'm selling tickets or I have a charity, because you know I do mostly charity work.
Yeah.
If my particular charity is selling tickets, and could they get an RX prescription card and as a gift and give it away along with the ticket?
They could. I mean, it's
Does that benefit you?
I mean, usage would benefit me. If
Right.
it was in New York, sure,
Yeah.
it would. It would, I mean, we can include that with your, yeah, let me know with the Friends Entertainment. Somebody wants 1,000 cards or 500 cards, you want to put, if you're giving gift bags out. A lot of times what we do with a lot of the shows is we give them cards for the gift bags. So when somebody goes through the gift bag at a show, they get an RX card.
Now, in this day and age of technology, right?
Yes.
You know, you're giving them the card here. Is there an app that they
Yes.
can download?
There is an app they can download. The barcode's right on there.
Okay.
The QR code. I have cards with just the QR code. In fact, nowadays when I go to the the urgent cares, the doctor's offices. I always include the card that has the QR code on it.
Okay.
And guys our age, huh? What are you
Right.
doing?
Well, you know what? I just got involved with somebody who helped me with my website. Making a better with the back end,
Sure.
and so on. And I was asking him because I used to use QR codes all the time. He says, "Not anymore. You don't see them much anymore. They're not around."
People want it on their phone. We did a show. We did a back to school show, or it was a kid show in the Huntington Hilton. We did it in April 5th, April like 16th or whenever, that Sunday. And having the moms put it right on their phone, so they always had it with them. That way, one of the drawbacks is you put this in your wallet
And you forget about it.
and then you either forget about it or you go looking for it at that critical moment. You can't
Right.
find it. When they scan it, it's in their phone. They have it. They
Well,
know
and
they have
that's why I asked the question: is
Yeah.
there an app that you can download on your phone?
Absolutely.
Because that's what everybody does now, right? I've seen this.
Mobile apps are
That's
That's
right.
right. You can sell things now. With your mobile apps on your own
Yeah.
website, you can have ads on site. So if I called up my mobile app person and I said, I want to put this card on here and give it away.
Sure.
And so on, we had this card and people clicked on it. Do we each make a percentage or something? How does that work? When somebody uses the card, now they
When
take
somebody
it.
uses the card, the way it works is simple. We have negotiated rates with the pharmacies. One thing about the UNA, the way they've set up the business is they've negotiated rates with all the pharmacies. And the bigger pharmacies, I call it economics 101. CVS wants you in the store. They understand
Right.
one thing about business. The more feet that cross that threshold, the more money that store will make.
Well, that's any store.
Absolutely. And if you've ever noticed in the pharmacy is always in the back.
Absolutely, in the
and
corner.
And you have to pass $3 to $5 million worth of merchandise
Right.
before you get there. If they honor a $30 or $40 discount, they understand something. If last time you spent $100 and now you spend, the average discount is 33%, and now you spend 67. You have $33 of what I like to refer to as monopoly money. You expected to spend 100, you spent 67.
You think you got a
I
bargain?
know. Well, you not only
going-
got a
going
bargain,
party.
you're going to buy something before you leave the store with that $33.
On the way out.
On the way out. And I know, you need milk, coffee, cookies, something. Your kid wanted the kickball for $2. That you said no.
Now you're gonna
Now
get
you
it
have
for-
$33 in your hand. You can be a hot shot for $2 for that kickball. That cost them 10 cents.
Because in the mindset, and this is most people, the mindset was, I was going to spend $100 anyway.
Absolutely.
So if I only spend 85, I'm still ahead.
Way ahead.
Right.
And they are retailers at the end of the day.
Yep.
They understand that. And like I said, and I get this question a lot from the pharmacy staffs, because sometimes the pharmacist only sees the store from behind his counter.
Right.
He doesn't really think of the store
Well,
outside.
I got to ask you this one question though, because it's my mind is going. And you said before this is an insurance program.
It's not insurance, yeah.
You don't have to pay into it.
Right.
Right. So I take this card. I don't owe you anything. I can now go get my discounts.
Okay.
How does UNA make any money?
Okay. The negotiated rate with the every time, I'll take a step back because it's a fair question. And my brother, who doesn't live in New York and hasn't lived since high school, always says, only in New York did they ask that question. I said, yeah, but they just want a straight answer. So,
That's it. You
And,
want to know what's really going on here.
every time a prescription is purchased, a pharmaceutical benefits management firm, a PBM, has to handle the transaction because you're essentially buying a registered item.
Right.
You're buying whatever the prescription is. So a third party has to handle that transaction. When you use our card, there's numbers on there. NYRX is the group number, 610709 is the BIN number. The ID is year and time, so 2018, 8 o'clock.
Right.
Okay? That, two things, that's how we're able to ensure that we don't sell patient information, because I can't trace 2018, 8 o'clock to Norman Wasserman.
Right.
I just can't do that because it's the same time for all of us.
Yeah.
For every guy named Norman. And so that's the first thing. But 610709 NYRX, they are funneling the business through a specific PBM. With a
Right.
negotiated rate with CVS, with ShopRite, with Stop and
So you're
Shop.
getting paid by them.
By them. They say, oh, those nice guys from New York RX got us another prescription. Here's their nickel.
Right.
You know, we just have to do a lot of nickels.
I'm a big referrer.
Yes.
You know that, because
Yes.
I'm calling you and I'm always trying to recommend you.
So he's looking for his
and-
nickel.
I understand,
Okay.
but I don't nickel. I gotta cut a nickel.
So now I hook up with a major charity, and this major charity wants 500 cards.
Okay.
Is there a way for them, because they're not for profit, this charity, is there a way to get a piece of that action for them?
Not really.
Okay.
I would like to say yes, but basically what I'm saying, I would be cutting a nickel, and which, you know, there isn't enough there. And what happens, and that's been the game for years too, NYRX as the group member do is, our name has some value to it. The pharmacist understands the program, likes the program, trusts the program, but they also stop at NYRX. So your charity did the work, I get the credit, and they get zero credit. So if I say, yeah, I'll pay you every time your numbers get used, I know full well their number won't be used because the pharmacist who knows the program is going to stop at NYRX.
Right.
So we work differently with groups like that are looking for something. We will either sponsor them one way or another and do the
So
right.
is there a way to do, in other words, can I help you? Is there a way for me to help you when I'm
Well,
signing a deal to do a concert?
What we do with a lot of groups like that, we look at where their impact would be. The most prominent would be like the medical societies who want to be able to give their patients something they trust. And the HIPAA requirements that we hold ourselves to the HIPAA standards is very important to them.
So like the
with
group we
them-
saw last night, right?
Parkinson's?
The Alzheimer's, right? I know you already forgot who it was. The Alzheimer's.
I forgot where I am.
The Alzheimer's
Where
group,
are we?
right? So this would be a good program to approach them about.
Yeah, and we work with the Alzheimer's group actually. We work
Okay.
with one of them, and we work with a bunch of different organizations like the Crohn's and Colitis, the American Diabetes Association, American Heart Association, American Cancer Society. We try to get in front of as many of those groups all the time as possible.
Yeah, because I would think that would be a great source of referrals.
They
and-
are, and they want to help.
Right.
You know, they want to help. They want to help their patients. Tomorrow we're doing a health show up in well, it's 112th and 14th in the park there on the east side. It's at the well, it's 112th and 14th Thomas something Park. But I've done that show 3 or 4 years. And the last 3 or 4 years, it's a health and wellness show put together by the city of New York.
So if people want to really come out and talk to you about this thing tomorrow, they're going to see you, and you're not even sure where it is. It's 112.
No, I know exactly where it is. I mean,
Okay.
the name of the park escapes me, but
Okay.
It's between 112th and 114th on as far east as possible. It's a park. And
Okay.
The area up there, and it's a health show. The same group does it every year. And I feel naked
So
without my phone.
you know
Yeah.
how to get there.
I know how to get there.
And
You
you
know
have
how to get
GPS,
there, you know
but
how to do what
you don't
you
have a
gotta do.
damn idea about the name of the park.
No, it's Thomas.
It's called Park.
No, I want to call it. It's
Pigeon
called-
Park. There's a bunch of pigeons that are
Well,
doing their
I
business.
don't think it's the Thomas Jefferson Park.
Not the Thomas
but it's
Jefferson, but
Thomas
it could be the
something.
Washington Park.
Yeah.
Right.
Or something, or the Chacon Park.
Chicone.
Chacon Park.
So you were in the food business.
Yes.
So who did you work for? King?
I worked for Jay King's for a long
Jay
time.
King's?
Jay King's
That's the
one.
monster out here.
He's one of them, and then the Carlos out here.
Right.
They can get a few good guys
The
out
Carlos
here.
is pretty good too.
You know.
Yeah, they're pretty big.
Yeah.
They're all over the place. And you
And-
just did straight. Did you have? Were you in charge of like the frozen food area,
I
groceries? What did
I
you
had
have?
a team of 7 guys, and my territory was Brooklyn and Manhattan, and you know. We
So
had-
you were in the city all the time.
I was in the city.
So now you're out here on the island most of the time?
No, now I handle everywhere from the Hamptons up to Albany. So
Oh,
on
wow.
the whole state.
Okay,
And then I have a partner. She handles from Albany to Buffalo.
okay. So she's got a smaller area to cover.
She's a small area, and, no, and we work together. But her
Oh,
area
geez.
is longer than mine and wider, but
Right.
It's not as busy.
fewer pharmacies.
Yeah.
But she's busy too, and working and expecting a child in October. So
yeah.
no, October, yeah.
Oh, she is.
She is.
Oh, she is,
not me.
Whoa, because
All right,
I know
I
you
was
got
gonna
enough. I mean, I know about you. So you
I have teenagers.
You
yeah.
got you got enough going on.
So how long did you do that? When you got out of school, what was your progression to this?
You went to
'Cause one
college,
of the
I
things that-
guess.
this is
or
what
you-
we do.
You hung out in high
No,
school.
I
whatever you may
want to
do.
show people, and this is one of the things Norman and I want to show people how basically
great
everybody
question.
goes through a lot of challenges in their lives.
Absolutely.
And it's not as easy as it seems, right? A lot of people think, this guy's got it made. Look at it. You know, he's had it easy. His brother got him this job. And,
No, it didn't work like that at all. Now, my brother took a big risk transferring from what you said was a very nice job to a completely undeveloped territory
Right.
that had to be developed. He knew he had, and he doesn't live in the territory.
Right.
So he said, I have a deal for you, and we're partners.
Okay.
You know, it was, yes, you're going to have to do some heavy lifting.
Yeah.
So when did you become partners with your brother? If your brother
I
had
came on as a partner. I mean, I had a good,
No,
I had a
but
good
he-
job too.
Yeah, but what you had said, unless I misunderstood, that your brother had this regular employment position. He was a senior VP.
Yep.
And then he asked to become the director, I guess, here in
New York.
In New York. And that's when you became a partner with your brother.
Yeah,
Got it.
when he said, come on and we'll do this together. Mm-hmm. I need you there, build it. I'm here, and he runs the office, I run the streets. I train the salespeople, I train the team. I visit the pharmacies, I visit the doctors, I visit, if we make a deal, we make a deal together, and or if he makes a deal, I'm there, and we're together, and it's okay. So everything.
Okay, so let me, if I could.
Yeah.
Right?
Could you?
I could. We're training salespeople now. So
Okay.
you're handling training the salespeople
Yes.
from your background of being in sales.
Yep.
From, you were you in food distribution your whole life
I was
before
in-
that?
For most of it, I was in. I graduated college in '89. I left that business in 2012.
Okay.
13.
there
So basically you did that for 20 years, 20 plus years.
20 years. I mean, if I got into that business in 92, 93, maybe 20, 21 years.
Okay, so you did that for 20, 21 years, and you decided you wanted to do something different because you were working for somebody, and it sounds like you had an entrepreneurial,
Yeah, I mean,
an entrepreneurial moment of saying, "Hey, I'm going to throw everything away, and
Yes.
and go and take a huge risk here."
How many kids did you have at that time?
I had the two I still have.
At that time.
At that time, yeah, they were.
That's a ballsy move.
It was. I
I'm sure
was.
your
I
wife was
was.
very, very impressed with the fact that you wanted to do that. Very supportive.
She was. And thank God for that. I was able to. You go through one of those periods in your life where you're working. It seems 20, 24 hours a day.
Exactly.
You're
nothing.
You're doing the job that puts food on the table, but you're building this other thing. And my brother and I had a plan. We didn't just say, you know what, throw all caution to the wind, quit your job. We said, listen, let's get the numbers. When the numbers get here, then we can pay you. The first family who had to be paid was his. Okay, because I still had my other job and I was working part. They're doing this.
So you did them both.
So you guys had a strategy.
Yeah.
On how to make this thing work.
Right,
Which is very important because
Yes.
what people don't understand a lot of times is they just say, you know what, I'm going to quit my job, I'm going to start a business because I'm good at this, and they don't have a strategy
We
put
had a
together.
strategy. My brother and I don't want to be crude. We go to the bathroom with a strategy. Like I said, if I had to go through hell, he's one of the guys I want with me. Absolutely. And we're also, because we're brothers, we know what the other guy's good at and what each one of us
Any
are
partnership
are not
should be
at.
good like
Well,
that.
here's a big thing. What people don't realize, statistics show, most partnerships, the partners are so alike that the things that they're not good at, the other partner is just as bad at it, and that's why a lot of partnerships fail.
And we are in some
No,
respects.
we're not going to fail because you're not as good as
No,
I am in certain things.
I know that.
And you're
We are
certainly
not
much
alike.
better. You're certainly much better in other things than I am. So
We are
that,
definitely not alike.
that
And
is
that's
a
the
given.
trick. You let the other guy do the things he's good at.
Right.
And
See, I'm good at being obnoxious. and getting out there. Yes, absolutely.
good.
But that's it. But people take
We have a
note.
lot
They
of people that
smile.
can
Yeah,
attest
I like
to
that, and I get people like yourself to be sitting here.
Right.
You know.
Well, there's certain things, if it's a speech for 400 people, let him do it. I can do it. He's better at it.
Right.
If it's the one-on-one where you really have to get a pharmacist to do something new, and you have to have a quick conversation that the pharmacist really liked you for a moment, I'm better at that. He can do it.
Is each CVS store a different?
Personality.
No, that's given, because it's based upon the pharmacist or the manager of the
Sure.
store. But is it?
Well,
All
I think-
CVSs don't fall under the same category, do they? Do you have to
well,
visit
the-
each CVS store to sign them up?
I think the question he's saying, does it come down from corporate that we're going to accept New York RX card, or do you have to go and sell every
to
every
each
pharmacy?
CVS,
They accept it. We have to go there
service it.
to make sure they use it.
So it's
Got
just
it.
like the drug suppliers who have to go to the doctors to convince them to utilize their
Sure.
drugs.
Yeah.
Which then you see the commercials on TV, and there's 100 different side effects where you sit there and go, why would I take that in the first place?
Those commercials on TV
and the
can
best,
kill you.
the best one that I hear all the time is, if you're allergic to it, don't take it.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Or you're going to wind up, if you take this particular pharmaceutical, you're going to get cancer, diarrhea, you get an upset stomach, you get headaches.
Sure.
Oh, I can't wait to. How many can I take?
I will tell you, it's like anything. The harder you work, the more they seem to use the program.
So it's not as easy as just saying, hey, I'm a rep for NYRX card.
no,
You
it's-
got to go out there and work it,
You
just
gotta
like
work.
anything else.
Well, Norman knows me, and I'm, try to get me on the phone some days.
Yeah.
And you're running around, you're doing a million things, and
Even to make a phone call.
Even to make
So,
a phone call,
Like
you know.
we schedule times to make phone calls,
Yeah.
and we're going to call each other.
I'll call you at 3:00.
Right.
When I know I'll have a minute or
So
two.
is that how you do your day? You again,
Yeah.
you organize yourself every day. Do you
Yeah.
plan out your week ahead
Yeah.
of time?
Or,
All right.
or a week and a half, 2 weeks ahead of time. Like
right.
next week, I know I'm going upstate.
You know who's like that as well?
Who's that?
The management of the station.
Yes.
You have to make appointments, and schedule a time in order to speak.
But see,
with
here's
them.
the thing: the management responds to me whenever I make a request.
No, but they respond to me too. with the eyelashes and the stuff, and that's the male part.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't really wear the
Look,
makeup
you see
anymore.
down there? It is right there. She's
if
No, we tease. But what I'm the point I'm getting to is that it's very important to be prepared
You wanna
and
be
have
prepared and focused.
everything planned. Yeah, right.
You want to be prepared and focused. When even with my reps, I have a few interns that are always working for me, and college interns are great. Because within the state, it's like any business. You know the 80-20 rule.
Yep.
You're going to get 80% of your business from 20% of your customers. So I have the interns continually visiting the zero stores, the stores that, there's a million of them, and the different chains are different.
What's
and they-
considered a zero store? Like
somebody
a
that,
mom pop?
no,
They're not using your card.
somebody
right?
that doesn't, like a
got it.
Walgreens that doesn't use the program because they're Walgreens. And I don't mean to disparage Walgreens, I'm just saying they have a different corporate structure than does, CVS or ShopRite or Duane Reade. Well, Duane Reade's owned by Walgreens, but even within the two companies, they're different. Within
Right.
the one company, the different branches, they're different.
Now, it was Walgreens and Duane Reade? They bought out Genevieve's, right? Remember Genevieve's drugs when we were kids? They were everywhere,
They were.
and they were bought out by one of them. I thought
I think it was Duane Reade.
Duane Reade, right? And
Because
then
all of a
Walgreens
sudden,
bought
Duane Reade became this big chain. They
On
just
Long
took over
Island.
all
Yeah.
in the city too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now Walgreens owns Duane Reade. And Walgreens just purchased about half of the Rite Aids.
I was just going to ask who owns
Really?
Rite Aid.
Rite Aids owns, they sold half their stores to Walgreens, and I believe are in negotiation with for the other half with a grocery chain called Albertsons.
Yes, Albertson I'm familiar with. So I don't want to, get off track by who owns
No.
what and things like that. I really want to stick on what your program is and really how it progressed. So when you decided, okay, we're at a point now where I can jump ship
Okay.
and jump into this thing with both feet and
Yeah.
really go at it, were you
We were doing about 10,000 scripts a month.
10,000 scripts a month, so
Yeah.
about a tenth of what you're doing now?
About a tenth, yeah.
So he's got a lot more nickels now than he had
Oh, yeah.
when
We're
he
trying.
first started.
We're
You
trying
know?
to get
I
him.
got no nigga.
But-
He's into dollars.
We've been pushing.
But it took a long time and a lot of work, because you're talking about 2012 you started this,
Yeah,
right?
2012.
So when did you jump? How long did it take you to get to that 10,000 where you could say, okay, now I can say goodbye to my distribution job?
Jumped into this full time June 2013.
Okay.
About a year and a half of doing it part time.
So you had a year and a half of part-time and a year and a half of planning of, okay, when I leave this, I'm going to expect, based on what our volume's going to
Yeah.
be, X number of dollars in revenue.
Yeah.
That'll cover my nut,
Yeah.
my monthly nut, keep my wife happy and my kids happy.
Yeah.
And then I'll be able to build from there.
Yes.
And you had enough confidence in planning and
Yeah.
structure in place, right? Did you have, here's how our sales program works? Because I'm sure when your brother first took over the territory, was there a canned sales presentation they kind of gave you to say, hey, this is how you
No.
go out, or you guys had to go and figure that out on your own?
We had to go figure that out on our own.
Okay.
You also hit the right time. I mean, back in 2012 and 13, the pharmaceutical market, the medical market, there was a big need.
It was going nutty, and timing is everything.
Yeah, exactly.
But we planned it,
Right.
and we were strategic. And between the two of us, we've been training salespeople for the better part of 20 years, both of us.
So you
coming up with a sales presentation was second nature to the two of us.
Okay.
And I'm continually updating and changing it so that it's fresh,
Right,
and
right.
it doesn't sound canned, and it doesn't sound it's new. It always brings something new to the table, so you're not oh, here he comes.
Well, what's
again.
new now that wasn't then?
Oh, I've been saying for the last 5 years, if anybody tells you they know where the medical market's going, they're lying to you, because they don't know. And it's from one president to the next. I mean, there is trepidation in the medical field. So specifically, the new administration wants to negotiate prescriptions better, and they want to put more into that than had been done previously.
Right.
So let's see. I mean, and with
Is that a good
so
thing for
if
you?
that was my question. That was a good question.
will
Thank you.
it? Yes. I mean, I don't think
get
it'll be a
them every
bad thing. I don't think it'll be a bad thing per se, because we'll still give a discount. Now, instead of discounting something that's $100, we might be discounting something that's 85. But the discount
So
to
that
us,
has to help. That has to hurt a bit, but on one side.
No, because-
But on the other side,
because-
you'll have
no.
more volume.
no, because we get the same nickel.
Got it.
We
So it makes.
So
it
you're
makes
not
difference
getting a
to the
percentage.
pharmaceutical
It makes
company.
no, we're not getting a
to the
percentage.
CVS.
Right, you're
We're
getting a transaction
negotiated
fee.
rate. We're getting a transaction fee.
Okay.
And so for us, I don't think it'll hurt. I think it'll help the patients.
Believe it or not, time goes by really, really fast when you're here in this particular room.
Yeah.
And I want to address some other things with you if I
Sure.
can. You're an entrepreneur. You're not just a business person.
Okay.
You have other businesses.
Yes, we do.
Which, because you and your brother work so well together, and you were able to develop this program
Mm-hmm.
and such that you have, and it's enabled you to invest in other things that are hot, things that have always been hot.
Mm-hmm.
You want to explain to the people out there watching what else that is that you do?
We have a little company. Well, my brother has an LED lighting business that he pushes, and that's doing well.
Yeah, but that's hot now too,
That
because
is
a
hot.
couple of years ago, LED didn't exist.
LED seems to be the now preferred lighting systems that are put
Well, it
in
is
homes
because of
and things
the
like that.
energy savings. It is because of, and they just work well, and that's his business.
Does your brother have a website?
Yeah, I'm sure he does. I don't know.
You don't know what it is off the top of my head.
His-
Sorry, what's your brother's name?
Francesco.
Francesco. Sorry, Francesco. You're not going to get a plug here.
Frank, we helped. We
We
tried.
tried to get you.
We didn't prep him good enough for this one.
I didn't know we were going to LEDs. I have a decorated apparel company that T-shirts and embroidery.
In fact, you gave us 2 T-shirts.
Yeah, gave us.
Gave you some
tonight.
T-shirts.
Hold on, I
My
got
T-shirt's inside.
I got mine
You
here.
have yours here?
In New
You got
York.
mine here.
Cool. I know you do shirts for my son. He's
We
a
do?
coach.
So this is the shirt that we got. Thank you very much
You're
again,
welcome.
Peter, for this. Right?
If
The New York
somebody
RX
wants to
card.
buy an RX T-shirt,
They call me up.
besides being out of their mind, how
Well,
would
if they're
they
going
get
to
that?
wear it with pride, they can have it for free. All right,
Oh, get T-shirts for free along with a
T-shirts for
prescription
free.
card.
Yeah, I'll send it with a prescription card. But
So how do they get in touch with you, Peter? If somebody wants to get in touch with you for either T-shirts or the New York
PC at
RX,
nyrxcard.com.
So say that again.
PC, Peter Ciccone, PC at nyrxcard.com.
Okay. And is there a phone number they can reach out to you at?
516-512-9842.
You should repeat that number.
516-512-9842.
So if I'm watching it now and I'm a business owner or I'm a honcho with a charity or I'm involved in human resources in a major
Yeah.
corporation, but I'm involved with all the employees. If I reached out to you at any of those locations, I could set up an appointment with you and you can come and make a presentation and show me how the cards would benefit
Absolutely.
everybody that's involved
Absolutely.
in our thing, which is great.
And companies, for companies, we've met at business shows.
Right.
Now, business shows, you have 2 types of people. You have entrepreneurs like myself, people who own their own companies, who pay their own insurance, who have high deductibles. The card is ideal when you are in that deductible position. Average deductible today is between $2,500 and $4,000.
Right.
It works perfectly. You also have other people who have HSAs, which have high deductibles. I mean, where I think the business is going in general is like everything, back to the consumer, back to people like my wife, which is less expensive, where people are taking control of their medical. They're not letting the company decide.
Do you ever do seminars?
Yes.
Right, because it's important, because I would like you to be in touch with Darren, because we're setting up seminars.
Okay.
We're going to be doing business seminars.
We're going to be doing seminars for small and medium-sized businesses. Okay.
That's perfect.
And
That's right up our alley.
Because, and I know this as a business strategist and accountant. When I'm working with my customers, one of their biggest complaints is the cost of health insurance, and being able to provide the right benefits for their people. Most small businesses now can't provide the same benefits they could 20 years ago.
No, not at all.
Not even close to
Not
it.
even for themselves. It's not
Exactly.
It's not like I'm taking from you, so we're okay.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yep.
When you asked about my wife, she works at the Huntington School District. We live in Huntington, so we have her benefits. But for a while, I was paying the benefits, and for my family, it was $1,800 a month.
That's insane.
And that's actually cheap
crazy.
now.
And that's a healthy family.
That's cheap now, though.
Yeah.
And that was a few years ago, I'm
Yeah.
sure. But that $1,800 a month is cheap. I know one of my clients, they just got new insurance. They actually had to lower or higher their deductible to like
Yeah.
$3,000 a year.
Yeah.
And they're paying, just for 2 people, $1,800 a month.
And
It's crazy.
And I'll tell you a funny story about the lovely insurance companies. They raised the rate by $10. And I wrote the check I had always written, and I missed the $10. So my last month, I sent them a check with the month before, $10 short. So then I sent, about a month after we had moved to my wife's insurance, I get a refund check, less $10. And what they did for the last month, they didn't cover us. They took the $10 I missed, instead of just say, hey, you owe us $10.
Right. We canceled your coverage.
We canceled you. Here's your refund. We kept the $10. Here's your $18. Here's your like $17.90 back.
It's amazing.
And
It really
I
is
just
amazing.
scratched my head in disbelief. That really? And I bought suits.
You know how scary that is?
They gotta
when
get
you
this-
sit and you forget the fact that you got the money back.
Oh.
God forbid something happened in that
And
period of a month.
and they would have not covered it.
Absolutely.
And you wouldn't have known.
And I would have thought we were covered. And, I took that money. I asked my wife, you want to do something? You want to go to Chicago? We have $1,800. Let's do something.
Right, yeah.
And,
Surprise.
no, I bought suits. We couldn't decide what to. I said, let me buy suits. We'll do something. We'll go on vacation as a family later.
So it was all for you then?
Later, hey.
Then you had to pay it.
I went with cash. I went like a big shot. Hey.
Look at $1,800.
When you redid your insurance, did they raise your rates then because of the problem?
No, I'm
No,
lucky.
because his wife works for the
we-
school district.
We get the insurance through my wife.
Got it.
So that
But even
was,
then, they could raise the rate too.
But it was a different company.
Okay, so that
it
was
was
the
a
reason.
different company. They didn't realize, it was,
I was very lucky. In my working career, I've always had.
You worked?
Yes, I really did.
Okay.
That's why I'm able to sit next to you and
it.
be able to say that I can do certain things. Yeah. I was very lucky that the businesses that I worked for insured us.
sure.
And then when it came time to just do the friend entertainment, my wife got coverage. So we were very lucky in that end because she's in the medical profession.
And not everybody is as lucky, like I was saying
Absolutely.
before.
We did that. I feel very lucky. My wife, were able to go through our insurance, so I was able to. Yeah, my company's Ciccone Consulting, and the main business is we promote the New York RX card. But with the other one or two other ventures that we have, it's with. I have her insurance, so I feel lucky. That's
Okay, so
one less nut.
You have the New York RX card.
Yes.
You got the T-shirt company.
Yep.
Right. What else are you doing?
We have a rental property.
Okay.
And we're looking to expand our real estate holdings.
Okay.
So
All right.
we're trying to do that.
So-
What are you
You're trying
looking to
to-
do to
What am I looking to do? I want to be.
with the real estate? Were you looking to take that?
I'm looking to take that as income for the rest of my life.
So you're looking to buy homes, redo them, and rent them, or sell
rent
them?
No, rent them. I'd like to rent them and be the landlord and have that income.
Have that monthly income coming in,
have
so
the
when
income
when
coming
you say, hey, you know what, I don't want to work anymore, I still got this stream of
Yeah,
income
he
coming
doesn't
in.
like to-
anymore.
Was that?
He doesn't have to work anymore.
Well, he likes to work, right? It's all about-
Yeah, I don't have to. Yeah, listen.
You see his bank statements, right? Yeah. He's still got. How old are your kids?
My kids are 16 and 18.
16 and 18. No, he doesn't have any money yet. He's not going to have any money until after they're
not going to have
gone.
any more money.
He's got another
No,
10
no,
years
no, no.
before that.
Three
haven't-
colleges, 3 weddings. That's why I'm still sitting in this freaking seat.
I have college starting, and my son will be starting the University of Virginia in
That's great.
September.
Good one.
That's fantastic.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
That's good stuff. Now, your son, you talk about your son, your kids. He's a Eagle Scout,
Eagle
correct?
Scout, yes, he is. He eagled when he was 15. He aged out now, but we're still involved. We're
So
still involved with
he's an Eagle Scout with the Scouts.
yeah, with the Boy Scouts.
With the Scouts.
Well, no, he made it with the Boy Scouts. He did it
Okay.
when it was the Boy Scouts,
All right.
but yeah, it's the Scouts.
Girl Scout.
See, anybody who's been very dedicated to the cause gets a little upset whenever you say
No.
Scout.
They're, you know what? I understand.
I have a couple of clients that are very involved in Boy Scouts. So when you say Scouts, they get like,
No, it's you know what? They're doing what we talk about marketing
Right.
and changing. They took a big risk doing what they did, and I don't think people fully understand. I don't know. I know you didn't ask about this, but it's not the boys and girls camping together. What they're saying to the girls is the difference between the Scouts and Girl Scouts is the Scouts do things. They camp, they hike, they go on bike rides out to Montauk. They do some cool stuff that a lot of young women want to also do. And I do not believe the Girl Scout organization caters to that. And what Boy Scouts said was, you can do these things, and you can form your own troop, but 16-year-old boys and 16-year-old girls will not be on camping trips together. They won't be in the same troops together. They're going to keep them separate.
and I don't know, Peter, if you know this or not, I'm involved with the Civil Air Patrol, which is the auxiliary to the Air Force.
Okay.
And we have a cadet program, 12 to 18. Okay, and it's boys and girls.
Okay.
And we do the same. We, my girlfriend calls it the Boy Scouts on steroids because we got airplanes and things like that we play with. Okay. So, so we do all the things the Scouts do,
Got that
camping
stick
and
inside the cabin.
right. We do
Yeah.
search and rescue, and we do all that cool stuff. And the girls participate just as much as the boys, and they're just as capable as the boys.
Do they camp together at the same time?
Well, we'll all go camping together, but they're separated.
Okay.
All right. We have
like going to
rules.
sleepaway camp.
We have rules and regulations on how that all has to be set up.
I think that one of the missions, though, for the Boy Scouts was helping young boys become men. And I think the same thing can be said for the Girl Scouts.
Right, and that's how those organizations got started.
And I think keeping the separate sexes separated serves the purpose of, we all know as having been 15, 16, and 17, you put 3 guys in a room together, you have one conversation.
Right.
You put one girl in that room,
Oh, it's a whole different-
it's a whole different dynamic. And I think at that age, you know, the organization you're talking about has a different purpose. This is helping boys become men,
Right.
and shows them how men behave. Same thing can be said for women. Hey, this is making young girls, you know, teach them how to be a woman. When you add the other sex to that dynamic, I think it ruins it, or it changes it completely.
There's a
the
word
dynamic.
for that.
What's it?
Party.
Yeah. I mean, well, you can have fun. You know, I mean, I have more
You
fun on
always
those
go
trips.
there.
Well, it's the end of the night.
It is the end of the night, right? Yeah,
So
so we're
we're
coming
gonna
up.
have to
And
leave
believe
with
it or
a-
not,
with a
you know
laugh.
what? We only got a few minutes left.
Oh wow, that went quick. That
Yeah.
actually went very fast.
Yeah.
I'm
We
telling
told you it was
it's-
gonna go fast,
And we
right?
tell well, I don't know what I'm going to talk about.
You know what
I'm
it
gonna
is?
say.
It's Norman is so much fun.
I'm just a
It
barrel
just
of
breezes
laughs.
right through.
I'm just telling
I
you.
could talk for hours with this guy.
That's it.
Absolutely, and we have.
Yeah, we have.
And we have. But I want to thank you,
Oh,
Pete.
my pleasure.
For
Thank
being
you.
here.
Yes,
Thank
Peter.
you very much
Yeah,
for
thank you.
coming.
Thank you for being
You
on.
did a super good job.
Thank you.
And
Yeah.
hopefully you'll come back again, and
will.
that'll be great. And I'm going to see you Friday, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
I'll see
Friday
you
morning.
Friday morning.
Yeah, you're not going to see me Friday morning. I'm going to be at a different event. So.
But he's going out east.
I'm going out
do
east to a
some
different
business.
networking event. So
So what
that's
else?
we're talking
What's going on with you?
So we got a lot of good things going on here, but what I want to talk about
Let's
first.
mention the website again.
Okay, so for everybody, come on, go on our website. Tell us all about it. BPH, that's Bravo Papa Hotel, Delta Mike.com. That's BPHDMM.com. Doing them, you know, phonetically. Go on our, it literally was launched at 6:59 p.m. tonight. This evening. I was sitting there going, please be up. But it is up and it is running. So visit our website, give us some feedback. There's a comment area right at the bottom of the page. Get in touch with us. Tell us how great I am and how okay
Absolutely,
Norman
'cause
is. And
he needs a little support.
so I need a lot of
You know,
support.
I am extremely confident, and he
Exactly.
needs support. Also, if you're interested in being on this show, I believe there's a space on there that you can sign up.
Right, just send us a message. Get in touch. Say, hey, look, I got some ideas I want to share with you guys. If you got questions for us,
Suggestions.
anything, that you want to give us, please, feel free to get on there. Let us know what you think and how it's going. So, what do we got coming up? You have a few concerts coming up. So why don't we talk about that?
Let's see I have a lot of contracts that are coming up, thank God.
Right.
For some new shows.
But what do we have booked so far? I know we got some stuff
We
coming
have
up in the fall, right?
next Saturday evening at the Babylon Theater, we have our ABBA concert at the New Babylon, the Argyle Theater.
Are there still tickets available?
There are tickets available.
So how do
still.
people get
They're
going to
go to the argyletheater.com, or they can call 631-698-9696, or they can go to friendentusa.com, click on events. It'll take you right to buy tickets, and you can pick out your seats. You're right on there. We have a beautiful new website page, and I would like some comments on that as well. You can watch some of your favorite performers on there. There's about 40 or so groups under talent, and you can listen to them perform. And that's what's coming up before we hit July and going down to Atlantic City with Sal Valentinetti. For those of you who know who he is, America's Got Talent finalist, known as The Voice. He was the pizza delivery boy. And he's not delivering pizzas anymore. He's sitting in the green room eating them.
So
And
that's
he does a great job, got a beautiful smile. He kills for Frank Sinatra and Tony Bennett and Dean Martin. He does a great job. And all the Italian grandmas love him. So if you're an Italian grandma, any grandma, you come on out and you come to see Sal. All right, that would be great. What do you got coming up?
I got all kinds of fun stuff coming up. One of the things we're going to start a new segment next week. We're going to see. I'm going to give a tip of the week out about how we can help you get better at being a business owner and an entrepreneur. So
One
that's some
tip
of the
a
things.
week.
One tip a week. All right. I want to talk about one of my websites, and I have this online school that if you're an entrepreneur, not really sure what you want to do or how to get started. We talked about that, right? Not being able to. If you go to cbmsmarketingacademy.com.
C is in Charles, Boy, Michael, Service.
Charles, Bravo, Mike,
You
Sierra.
like that word, Bravo.
Well, that's the phonetic alphabet.
Okay,
So, Charles, Charlie, Bravo, Mike, Sierra, Academy. All right, CBMS.
Okay with me.
Oh, I'm sorry. CBMSmarketingacademy.com. All right, I have a great school on there for a low monthly fee. And if you use the code CBMS75, you'll get a 75% discount on the monthly subscription price.
75%?
As a matter of fact, this is what I'm going to throw in tonight.
Man. He's giving off too much.
You know what? I'm going to give even more.
Oh,
I'm going to give even more.
What are you going to do?
All right. For the first two people that go to our website, the bphdmm.com website, the
you're
business
gonna be sorry
power.
you named it.
I know, the Business Power Hour website. For the first two people who get on and send us a message and just give us a little bit of feedback about the show and stuff, I'm going to give you free subscription to the website for a
Holy
year.
moly.
Give you a 12-month subscription to the website. There's 52 weeks of lessons on how you can improve your business.
Well, I'm going to do one better.
Okay?
If they do that, I'm going to give them tickets to a concert.
Excellent.
If they do that and you give them that for free,
Yep.
I'm going to give them tickets for free.
All right.
All right? Top
Okay.
that one, baby.
All right.
They can pick
I'm
the
going
show
on
they
right
want.
now. I'm
That's
going to go
right.
on right now. So if I do it, then I get free tickets?
You can bite me. But the other people can go get the tickets.
So, well, what do we got coming up next week, Norm?
We have a energy person. This is a good lead. I think I hooked you up with him. Jay Ryan, does that sound familiar? Well, I will. Jay Ryan is a energy consultant, and it's time that we're getting this.
Right.
That means we have to get off the show.
We got to wrap up. That's it.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to be seeing you. I mean, you're seeing me. I'm not really seeing you. And we will see you next week.
See you next week. Everybody
All right?
have
Goodbye,
a great
everybody.
week.
Have a great week.
Have a good night.
See you soon. Stay safe.
Today's show is brought to you by Friend Entertainment USA, producing the best concerts for charities and corporations for over 30 years. And CBMS Consulting Services, control your business before it controls you. In association with Area 22 Productions, your multimedia streaming network. If you're interested in being a guest on our show, visit our website at www.bphdmm.com for more information.